Hi everyone, this is Yoga with Anna, and today we have another series of opening poses for the legs, which can be really great for runners, walkers, and office workers. To start, you're going to want to have a strap. If you don't have a strap, no worries, you can also have a belt or a scarf at home. To start, roll onto your back. I like to have a blanket or towel underneath the neck. That feels really supportive for me, so you can also try that. Start by drawing your knees into your chest and having a nice rock side to side. This can be a great opportunity to bring gratitude to the low back and feel the spine settle onto the ground. Start by extending the legs and the arms into the sky, roll out through the ankles and the wrists, sending gratitude to these joints that help you with so much. Reversing the direction. Place the feet onto the ground, the knees bent. Reach for your strap and wrap the strap around the bottom of the right leg and extend the leg into the sky. Focus on length of the leg. It does not matter how close or far the leg is towards your body. So pressing the heel away from you, drawing the toes towards you, hands wrap around the strap, or you might see that my preference is to wrap the strap around my hands. Safest place for the low back is with the left foot on the ground. That'll have more surface area of the low back onto the ground. It's a little easier for the spine. Draw your shoulder blades together underneath you, opening through the front of the chest. And when you're ready, you can find a little rock side to side. Just saying hello to any sensations in the legs. If you would like, you can also extend the left leg all the way long, just noticing how that feels on the low back. And generally that will bring an increase in sensation. So if you want, you can always come back to that original position of the left foot on the ground. If this feels like a good place to stay, you could always pause the video and stay here for longer, another 10 to 20 breaths. Or when you're ready, you can bring the strap into the right hand, place the left hand onto the left hip, leg is bent or straight, and allow the right leg to drift out to the side, breathing into the inside of the leg. One of the tricks I use is to loosen the strap, bring the right elbow onto the ground for support, and reach the right leg out to the side. The left hand onto the left hip is a reminder for the hips to keep pointing up rather than rotating over towards the right. When you rotate over towards the right, it's more of a twist versus an opening in the legs. When you're ready, you can bring your left hand onto the strap and draw the leg back through center using your arm rather than your leg. For the next pose, you'll want to extend the left leg all the way long. Bring the strap into the left hand onto the strap. Right arm reaches long. I'm going to show two variations. For this side, I'm going to use the couch nearby. And this first variation will be the more gentle version of this twist. So you can begin to reach the right leg over towards the left. And now focus on the right hip plugging down. You may reach the leg only a couple inches over to the side. This is a really, really great place to stay. This is one of my favorite variations of these series on the back. To breathing into the IT band, iliotibial band. It's the stabilizer tenon on the outside of the leg. Next variation is to let the leg drift down, and this is where you could have a couch, blankets, pillows, anything to support the leg. Even the wall can be a great variation. And now breathe into the low belly and the low back. Letting the shoulders relax. Trying to use as little effort as needed in the shoulders and the upper body. You might stay here for longer, another 10 or 20 breaths here. maybe pausing the video. Or when you're ready, you can now bring the right hand onto the strap, using your arm rather than your leg to draw the leg back through center. Place the left foot onto the ground, release the strap off to the side, flex the right ankle, cross right ankle over left thigh, and reach the right knee away. Great place to stay with the hands on the belly, breathing into the whole entire torso, or rocking side to side. Next variation is to bring the legs closer, holding onto the back of the left thigh. I think holding onto the back of the left thigh instead of onto the shin can be safer for the knee. And the other safety for the right knee is to keep the right ankle flexed. It activates the muscle around the right knee to provide extra protection. All these micro changes are helpful in the long run of your practice. To unwind, you can let arms and legs come back into the sky. Just noticing any difference between the right side and the left side. Once more, rolling through the joints. Reverse the direction of the circle. Opening up through those wrists, sending gratitude once more. We'll explore the second side. So right foot comes onto the ground, right knee bent. Strap wraps around the bottom of the left leg, the left foot, holding onto the strap or wrapping the strap around the hands. Start by finding the length. So again, you might reach the leg really far away, pressing the heel away from you, drawing the toes towards you. Or the leg can come any amount closer. The more sensation you feel, the more you might want to deepen your breath. Finding an opening through the front of the chest, and a softening around the shoulders and the neck. When you're ready, gently sway the legs side to side. Notice how this rocking into different positions changes the sensation. Your choice to keep the right foot grounded, or you could extend the right leg. Just remember the extension of the leg brings more of a curvature into the low back. Sometimes that can be less comfortable or just a little bit more straining for the low back. For this side, I'm demonstrating the couch option on the left side. This could be, again, a wall or some extra pillows propped up your bed. Bring the strap into the left hand, and right hand comes onto the right hip like an anchor. Slowly allow the left leg to reach out to the side, so you could rest it onto something, or use the elbow down variation. Finding some nice deep breaths, focusing on the sensation into the inside of the legs. Hips pointing up. Using as little effort as possible into the upper body. To release, use your right arm rather than the left leg to draw everything back through center. Extend the right leg or keep it in position. Right hand comes onto the strap, left arm reaches out to the side. Start with just a couple inches at a time, keeping the left hip grounded as you reach the right leg, or left leg, over to the right. One side might feel very different than the other. This is my tight side. So the more sensation you feel, the more you're going to want to breathe into the body. You could use the variation that I demonstrated on the first side of having a wall or some prop bed couch on the other side, or for this variation you could also explore letting the leg come almost all the way down or maybe down onto the ground. This is a pretty big twist for the spine, So if this is newer for you, stay more upright. Try to use the least amount of effort into the shoulders and breathe deeply. Pause the video, taking another 10 to 20 breaths here. It takes forever to upload these videos, so that's why I'm giving you the option of pausing it rather than remaining in the pose longer myself. To release, use your left hand, your left arm. Strength of your arms rather than using your legs to bring it back up through center. Release the strap off to the side. Say thank you strap. We're done using the strap. Left foot plants down, flex the left foot. And cross left ankle over right thigh. Nice option to stay here, arms resting or palms on the belly. You could have a little sway side to side, encouraging the hips to release the tension. Or the legs could draw in closer, maybe holding on to the back of the right thigh, pressing the left knee away. Left foot flexed, right ankle neutral. Breathing into the low belly and into the hip creases. Taking another breath in. And exhale all the way out. Unwind the arms and the legs back into the sky once more. Big stretch, or if you're familiar, it could be a happy baby, bending the knees out to the side, a little rock. When you're ready, we'll flip onto hands and knees pose, tabletop position. Placing the palms onto the ground, fingertips facing forward, aligning the spine nice and tall. Bring the legs together underneath you, and we're going to foam roll out the calves. Bring your right shin behind the left knee. So the right shin is about parallel to the top of the mat, and then slowly sink the weight back, and you might feel some sensation around the left calf. Couple options from here. You could have a little sway side to side, keeping the weight slightly forward and less pressure. Or the more you sink back, the more pressure you'll find on the calf. There's 3 options on the calf here. You could find the pressure closer towards the knee. Just make sure that feels okay for the knee. You could bring the calf to the shin to the middle of the calf, shifting back. Again, you get to choose the pressure. Or you could bring your right shin closer towards the ankle, and you'll generally find sensation in all 3 of these places. The little rock side to side and your breath are the most important because it encourages the body to relax rather than go into that fight or flight mode. You can explore these on your own. When you're ready, we'll switch sides. So this time, the right shin is on the ground. Take the left shin, crossing it about perpendicular. You get to choose closer to the knee, the middle of the calf, or closer to the ankle. Checking in with your body to see what feels nice. Shifting your weight back any amount so you get to choose. You have full control of the pressure. If this is a lot of pressure on the wrist, you could always get really light onto the fingertips. Keep a nice neutral spine, crown of the head reaching forward. Easy breath. Exploring any of those places along the right calf. These are really good poses to explore after running or walking. A nice way to cool down. We just have one more pose to explore. This is where having the blanket or towel is helpful. When you're ready, shifting forward, stepping into a forward fold that's comfortable for you. First variation, toes pointing forward. Bend the knees as much as you need to rest the upper body and let the head hang. I have very long arms, monkey arms, so it's very easy for me to have my palms on the ground, but for many of you, your arms might be hanging in the sky. You could always bring books or Tupperware underneath your hands to rest, so that's easier for the back. Let the head hang, and you can shift back and forth towards the toes and the heels, or rocking side to side. Try to shift as much forward as you can and tilt so the pelvis reaches up, finding more length through the back of the legs. This is a really great place to hang. My favorite places for the upper body is wrapping opposite hand onto opposite elbow, letting the weight of the upper body release down. Or my super favorite, very favorite, is wrapping the fingertips behind the back of the head. Little fingers right against the skull, drawing the elbows together, not pushing or pulling or forcing, but just allowing some extra weight to bring traction into the neck, letting the head hang. Take another breath in and breath out. You could explore that variation. The second option is having a blanket or towel where the soles of the feet, the toes will reach onto the towel and the heels will be down. You could try this standing, squatting, or in the forward fold. This variation brings some extra weight into the calves. You could take any variation with the upper body, or even come into kind of a modified downward facing dog. Remember, my arms are super long monkey arms, so what I'm demonstrating might look very different in your body, and that's fine. Yoga is for everybody, every body, and it's important to take the variations that work for you and listen to your needs. Take another big breath in and exhale all the way out. This could be a nice place to end your stretching, or I'll just show you a couple more bonus poses. Left foot comes forward, right knee reaches back, coming into a low lunge, hands on the ground or Tupperware or books, and begin to shift the pelvis back and forth, lengthening through the back, the front of the legs, opening up through the hips. You could do this with the back knee lowered or curling the back toes under and finding the hips reaching a little bit higher with both legs straightening. Same thing on the second side. I'd recommend trying that poses for at least 10 to 20 breaths. So the longer you stay in the poses, the more time the muscles have to release that tension. The more you use your breath, the more the nervous system calms down and can be more agreeable to some of the poses rather than trying to fight it against it. Same thing on the second side. The back knee could be lowered or lifted using your breath. When you feel complete at any point, just thank your body, thank your breath for cooperating, and I hope to see you again. Bye.